And it's recording. Okay, so hello everybody, and welcome to Fading Tranquility, a Dark Heresy Second Edition campaign with me as your storyteller, and fellow players Adi, Boo, Domino, and Redomer. So let's get into this. So, as I said a little bit previously, I have a little speech just that is cringe and just to get the mood in, I suppose. I don't fucking know. It is the 39th millennium of mankind. 9,000 years have passed since the Emperor sat on his golden throne, betrayed by his most loved son, Horus. This was an action that dictated history not for just the Imperium, but the galaxy at large. The remnants of such a betrayal linger even today, and this is where the Inquisition and its loyal acolytes step in, tasked with the arduous duty of cleansing the taint left by Horus. And you, my fellow party, unlike the many billions upon billions of common men, have this sacred duty. You four have found yourselves as part of the Ordo Hereticus, serving its holy inquisitor, Solomon de Bastal. You are his acolytes, and your first mission has begun. So, let's go through some introduction of who and what kind of characters you guys are playing, starting on the Roll21. Boo, go first.
Well, way to catch me completely off guard.
Don't worry
Well,
about it.
uh-huh. Well, basically, I'm gonna be playing a Desperado Imperial Guard from Death World. Effectively, just going for a just a dual pistol kind of basic akimbo character. Nothing too special about it, honestly.
Grew up playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare
What do you mean, Call of Duty Modern Warfare?
2.
Role playing that fucking one movie that with Daniel Radcliffe.
All right. Next would be Redomer.
All right, I'm playing Indrand Varn, a mighty warrior who, got a, who got trained in the sword while the others were studying, and also he can do magic.
Magic, indeed. How do those black ships treat that magic?
Oh, very well. They liked it so much that they took me to a nice little camp called Terra.
Perfect. Um, I'm sorry. I think I just saw Adi leave Roll20, but so now it's Domino's turn.
All right. So I will be playing as Freya, a highborn Adepta Sororitas, who was, kind of like pushed into this pursuit of joining them by his family, by her family. But she was always, she was good with what they were for. But she always favored the idea that violence solves everything. And also, she was always a bit good with like talking. She preferred just killing things. Killing things is fun, particularly heretics. Fuck heretics. Also, psychos are heretics, but she won't say that too often.
Amen, brother. Amen. And lastly, Adi.
Well, I'm gonna be playing an ex-guard from a prison, from a penal colony planet, who turned to the faith and, by almost sinning, became a penitent. And I'm basically gonna be a tank who runs around, stuns people, and laughs at them at not being able to kill him. Basically.
She gets shocked. Okay. So I've also demonstrated your sheets. So let me introduce. So as mentioned, pre-session, all of you will be called upon the Inquisitor's office, and to also reveal him to you, just took the most, best picture ever known to man. So what you know about your Inquisitor is, first and foremost, he's an Inquisitor. He's high up there, and he thought that your talents would be a perfect fit. Um, you haven't interacted much with your Inquisitor, simply because difference of status and you guys are new. But he seems to be a well-respected individual who didn't see much of the fighter type. More of a guy who's well, let's put it honest, a bit of a nerd. And you guys were all first and foremost invited to enter his office onto his ship. So, he invites you to his office, and as you all sort of tumble in, he sort of turns around and looks at all of you and goes, Acolytes, good to meet you. Please, sit. And he sort of, there's like a, it's not a pretty big office, seems to be mostly sort of a work environment thing with just a simple table, almost like a coffee table sort of deal, working, and a bunch of books, almost like a library looking place. Would you perhaps be like some refreshments? Recaf? Perhaps some Amzec?
No, thank you, sir.
No, thank you.
I'm good
Sure.
as well.
Yeah, I'm fine with a little bit, but nobody else wants to oblige, then no, thank you.
Very well. He's going to come and sort of sit on a sit almost kind of beside you guys, sort of trying to be as friendly as possible. So, I've called you here for your very first mission. And, well, let me not spoil the fun too much, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be a difficult mission. You all have just entered the Inquisition after all. So, to give you the basics of briefing, I received a report from the world known as Taslyra's Fall. It is a garden world by its what's the word called? It has been classified as a garden world by the Adeptus Administratum, so many nobles, many people of, well, that possess a great deal of wealth, and of course the common man exists there as well. To put it simply, got a report there from a man known as Ishmael, one second, Ishmael Graum. The data that I could find on him indicates that he seems to be the archbishop of the planet, or if you'd like to rather know, as the second in command. And his statement is that the world is filled with heresy and, well, degenerate and debauchery behavior that isn't really tolerant with the Emperor's light. So, that's where you come in. I need you to go investigate this. It's very simple. Any questions before I go into more details?
No, but maybe later.
Alrighty then. So, he's going to pass out some data slates to all of you, where you can just basically get some of the, once again, the brief information things. Keep that. You're going to find all the information that I was able to dig out. The planet doesn't have too much on it, but it hasn't seen any issues in its history really yet, besides nobles squabbling and random feuds happening since they met each other there. Really boring stuff, honestly. But perhaps boring is the best. I have a feeling that this might be something similar as well, but that's where you come in, once again. I need you to investigate this Ishmael Graum, and the individual he primarily, specifically states in his report, a Robert Halitas, who is the cardinal, also the first in command of the ecclesiarchy on Taslyra's Fall. Investigate both of them, see if there is actually any heresy, and of course, not just them. Investigate other avenues. Heresy is rooted in deep, as you may or may not know, but you will definitely find out. In terms of contacting me, there's going to be an astropath on the planet. That is guaranteed. Use them as your communication. And, well, keep me updated about every 3 months I would like an update. Of course, if you are able to find and eliminate any heresy, find at any point in time, send the astropathic message, and within a few months I should be able to come and pick you up again. In terms of a deadline or anything of that, none of that. Your deadline is until heresy is rooted out. And I'm going to also show you guys every sort of individual that needs to be noted, sort of one at a time, going from the individual in question first and foremost.
So, will we get to have questions to the Inquisitor?
Yeah. I just want to showcase you the list of characters, just so you can like know who's like.
Alrighty then.
So, as I said, Ishmael Graum, Planetary Archbishop, and the person he's reporting is Robert Halitas, the Planetary Cardinal. Another individual that is of great import is, of course, the Planetary Governor, which is Gallius von Menendor. Other individuals of note as well: Sancho Dalius, the master of this branch of the administratum on this planet. Valentina Orm, the head, or just the full marshal, basically, of the Adeptus Arbeit. So she's basically the one in charge of the law. This place as well has a big craftsman artisan sort of deal here that is being mostly operated by the Adeptus Mechanicus, led by a Theta 37, who is basically the head artisan. As a garden world, they do have a individual that is sort of in charge of all the culture and festivals and traditions that go about, known as Custos Humanitas, run by Reina du Bordal. And since this place does have a small sort of import and, right now, not import, export of psychers and stuff, you have Paulina Quanim, who is the Adeptus Astra Telepathica Majoris, and also Astropath, so you can use her, basically. As well, I think I have for you here, the, what is it called? The details of the planet that was revealed before, so you have that as well, just in case. But basically, the world is a, well, small, cold world, and the planet is mostly known for winter sports and a luxurious retreat, basically. So yes, after sort of showcasing that, any questions?
Why is the
This
planet...
is sorry, but is this in character or out of character?
What kind of question do you have? Out of character or in character?
One for both.
Okay,
So that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, go for the out of character one first.
Well, it's not really a question, more just of a concern. You were investigating heresy on Taslyra's fall, right?
Or well, you guys are.
Yeah, and then I just read in the description its main exports on talented and charismatic individuals, as well as an above average amount of psychers.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Because the veil here, or the thin veil, for those who don't know, that is basically the... So you guys know that the warp exists and reality exists. The thin veil is basically the... Well, the barrier. Yeah. For those of you that play basically VTM or World of Darkness, rather, it's basically the Umbra. You know when werewolves try to go in through
the gauntlet.
Yeah, basically that's essentially it. And this place has a sort of a thinner one, but so far hasn't had any really reports of it, so it hasn't been deemed as a possible threat or anything heretical on this land.
But I'm just saying prime real estate for heresy.
Yep.
Prime real estate.
Which is, he'll explain as well, which is one of the reasons why you're being sent in here as well, just because of that possibility.
And also, Redomer, you were going to say something. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, it's fine. Oh, I was gonna ask, why is the planet named Taslyra's Fall?
Good question. Didn't really investigate that one, but I would presume from its name, possibly a waterfall or whatnot. Haven't been to the planet myself. And, well, probably the locals know something more about that.
Understood.
Sir, I have a question.
Go for it.
How long has it been since Sir Ishmael and Sir Robert have been appointed as Cardinal and Archbishop, respectively?
The Cardinal himself has been on this planet for the last 8 decades, approximately, specifically 83 years. Ishmael, however, is a bit more of a recent arrival, 41 years. So they've
Mhm.
already been here for a while. Well, give or
And
take.
has the Inquisition received any other reports of heresy before on the planet?
Not from what the databanks that I've looked into have notified anything. As mentioned, there have been reports, primarily due to the Adeptus Arbeit sending stuff. Nobles that come and visit this place tend to get into feuds once again, or either those that they form on the planet, or those that they had on a different planet and then suddenly met there.
And one more question. How old is the report?
From Ishmael.
Yes.
Well, I received it about 2 weeks ago, but considering the ashopathic messaging and the distance, I would presumably put in at a range of about a month and a week, perhaps.
All right. Thank you.
How long has this colony existed?
Report state about 800 years. 837, specifically.
Hmm.
So it has been a lasting one, which is why it actually also has a sizable population, even though it has been designated as a garden world.
I have a question as well, if I may.
Yes, of course.
Where are we gonna start? Is there any specific place that we should investigate first, or any other place of interest?
That's a very, very good question. Well, that's something I actually wanted to talk about with you. Now, I wanted to first and foremost know what kind of approach you'd like. Therefore, we could prepare on with our journey towards there in mind. I have no locations to offer you. However, through perhaps more subtle means, or perhaps through more direct means, you would be able to acquire a place. I would simply need to know what kind of approach you'd be taking. Both work, honestly. Considering nobles, sometimes a direct approach and kicking down their doors really does show a message.
But then the severity of if there is a heretical problem on the planet, the severity of it could very much be a problem if we go
Exactly.
all out from the beginning.
Exactly. As I'm stating, you guys are, first and foremost, this will be your first mission, which is why I want to leave as much as possible to you to first and foremost test your skills, see how competent you actually are, while providing you with the necessary support you need. For example, if you wish to go in with fake identification or some kind of disguise, that can be arranged.
I see. Does it mean we would also get some sort of vehicle if we want to, like I don't know, some transport with a pilot or something to that kind, just to get around quickly?
Well, you very much could acquire one. This ship has some that are more for ratings and military matters, actually. None that we can necessarily borrow out. But of course, with the salary provided to you and a little bit of, well, finding the right person, you can acquire a vehicle very easily. Of course, showcasing that your Inquisition can also really push the fact that you can get a vehicle. Just, of course, don't, unless if you're trying to be subtle about it, don't go waving that to everybody you see.
And I just thought of another question, my lord. What were the specific accusations of Sir Ishmael towards Sir Robert?
I summarized this report for most of it is, how should I say this, rambling, and but generally speaking, the cardinal is accused of promoting and tolerating degenerate, degenerate behavior, debauchery, and, well, there is some minor no, rather not minor, just other crimes such as letting heretics go about existing without really doing anything of action. In essence, not doing any action is his real. I'm trying to get the words out. The cardinal not doing anything is his crime. Now, it is a garden world. There definitely is something going on there, but to me, it sounds more like political drivel than anything.
Did he provide any examples of heretical behavior that is being ignored?
He does put some festivals and traditions in play, such as every month there is seemingly a festival that is done in the main spire that goes for about 2 days throughout the various streets with parades and individuals where drinking and gambling and all of that is promoted as the people go about. There is also the fact that, for him at least, many brothels are also incredibly active during that time. That is an example. There are others such as... let me go through the report exactly. Of not dressing even appropriately as a cardinal of the ecclesiarchy should is another report of heresy. So you get the drill. Some of it seems to be
Some of it seems to be personal, some of it seems to be
factual.
genuine.
Indeed.
How long has this been going on?
Well, as I said, the report is a month and a week old. How long it's actually been going on, well, I suppose only Ishmael cannot answer that one. For my guess, probably years.
I have a proposition for maybe not like a whole plan, but just like a start of sorts. Uh, I'm thinking that if we were going to investigate people of importance in the ecclesiarchy, it might be a bit difficult to infiltrate that. So, for example, if you were to help us infiltrate it with fake identities like acolytes of the ecclesiarchy or something like that, so we could investigate that first. Maybe that would help us as well.
That could be
Also,
arranged.
also another thing, just for the sake of planting a bit of fear, maybe to spread a rumor that there are some inquisitors going around, so we could prove our legitimacy when we unveil our true identities as well. Just a thought.
Well, there is a fair point to that, but just showcasing your rosette will be all the proof they need. It is a powerful tool, but it has to be used right. But for the perhaps being part of the ecclesiarchy and going in there as disguises, that can be arranged.
That could also help us get a proper location where we could investigate. I don't know if we could get some invites from the ecclesiarchy or something like that. I don't know how it would work.
Well,
Just so we could have a solid location like a major city or something like that.
well, on that note, the report states that it's mostly all focused on a single spire, hive spire rather, with minor villages and smaller towns and whatnot sort of garnered around. So the main city seems to be in a singular place. Anything else? Any other ideas? Anything that might pop into your head? We've got a long trip ahead of us.
Hmm.
Well, I don't have to rush you in any way. You know where I am.
I have one more question, if I may.
Go for it.
Since we know this might be related to the festivals, uh, we might as well investigate the. By the way, Demi, out of character, you told us about these NPCs.
Yes,
You
like
yeah,
these are like I would assume that every planet has like a specific amount of people that are like, in charge of a specific something, and these would be the important people to note because those are the people in power.
yeah. Maybe we should also investigate the head of the Castas Humanitas you mentioned as well, since she is she has a major part in organizing the festivals as well.
Indeed. But this I'm going to leave the rest of the planning to you, and also for each of you to know each other a bit better and learn about each other's skill set. But before I go, there's one thing to also note for you. Since this is going to be your first mission, while you are a part of the Inquisition, since you are under me, you, as tradition states, at least for me and this ship, you aren't really a part of the Inquisition until you go to your first mission or have started it. So, as once again tradition implies, in about a week's time, be ready for a rite of celebration. It's going to be a simple rite, dress appropriately, where you will simply be anointed and have your rosettes be confirmed, let's say. All right? I'll take that as
Well,
all
that's
right.
something to look forward to.
Well, I'll leave you to it. The trip should take about 4 months or so, if the warp serves us well. So, take the time you need. If you require any planning that you have or any ideas that you can, pass them through me. And that'll be all for now. I'll see you hopefully soon.
Take care, my lord.
Right. So, to specify as well, if you guys want to, additionally plan or have any other ideas and whatnot, uh, freely speak of them since you guys have that time. And also, well, to sort of learn about each other, understand, blah, blah. But he will basically be kind of shooing you from the room because this is his office, essentially.
Hmm.
Alright then.
No. Well, I guess we should choose an approach and then decide what we're gonna ask for.
First, I think we should ask for just a map of the planet.
Or, get to know each other first.
Well, I stand up.
Which is
and-
necessary because.
Well, I mean, we're going to be working together, and while, we are surely on the same side, still wouldn't help, wouldn't hurt to actually get to know each other's quirks and, pick a little bit at each other's brains, just to see what, it's gonna maybe got in the tub,
Uh, I guess I'm just gonna go first. Indrand Varn. Well, and I swing my sword in the air. Well, I guess I'm a sword guy. And, well, a little bit of Psyche as well. And, What about the rest?
Freya stands up. I'm too. But I'm a woman of the sword. As you would probably. I imagine everybody knows the like convention type things. I'm a Cerritos. I can't pronounce for the fuck of it. I live and die by the sword and for the Emperor. A pleasure to acquaint you. And nice to actually have a fellow sword person with us. And she sits back down.
Well, my name is Lael, and I'm an ex-Adeptus Arbitus guard from a penal colony, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for the mercy of our holy God Emperor of mankind. So I am glad that I'm here, and I wish for our mission to be a success. I don't really have anything to say specific about me. Just hope for good cooperation.
Well, since I suppose we're doing this, Spike was an Imperial guard from a death world. I was good at doing my job. The Inquisition came up to me, said, "Hey, come do your job for us," and now I'm here. But anyway, so going in loud or quiet. Personally, I'd prefer quiet, at least in the beginning, since, like I said before, we don't know the severity, if any, of the heretical threat is present. Of the heretical threat present.
I agree with you, especially with the ecclesiarchy, in my opinion, being hard to infiltrate if we were just to bust in and try to force out information like that, even though that is a viable option as well.
Well, that's very much a viable option. What about you two?
Quiet sounds nice, but I suck at it, quite frankly.
Yeah, stealth is and quiet is pretty hard to maintain usually.
Sympathize with you two on that, and there wasn't really much quiet back home either. But I feel for the success of the mission, we need to try our best.
At least till we find a person of interest we could interrogate.
Definitely.
I mean,
And well, I mean, we could always when we find anyone to interrogate, reveal our backgrounds in that situation.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
as long as we, as long as we don't sully the name of the Skyfather, everything should be fine.
Well, since before you mentioned us getting to know each other, what else are you three good at except swinging those things?
Me personally, I'm really good at interrogating people. I can see through people's lies much more easy since I have a lot of experience with prisoners and such. So yeah. Also, I'm good at kind of good at healing wounds and stuff like that.
Freya, Indrand?
Well, I personally am well, as you mentioned, the sword. Also, I tend to be good with people. I'm good at getting information. And just socially adept. Although it is definitely my secondary favorite thing to do. I also have a rudimentary knowledge of Medicare.
Indrand?
Not much, mostly interrogation, and once again some psycho stuff.
And well, me personally, I find myself to be quite a good driver. I drove quite the vast variety of vehicles in my time, so that's what I suppose you can say specialize in. I'm not too bad at also directing troops, but since I doubt we're going to be having any, I don't think that's going to be of much help. So from the basic look of things, we have 3 people good at getting information and a driver.
Let's have a doctor.
And doctor, yes. I suppose we have 2 doctors then. So we should formulate our plan around those specifics. What suits us the best.
Also, specifically, I'm good with dealing with people from the underworld. So if we ever need information from some less legal manners, I may be able to help with that.
Here's a little tip when just meeting people, especially members of the Inquisition that uphold the peace in the Empire. Don't immediately mention you have illegal contacts. Just a thought.
I am just saying this for the benefit of the success of our mission. I did not say I would do any of this just for the sake of it, as our ultimate goal is to root out the heresy on this planet by any
Uh,
means possible.
I believe you, I believe you. Just a tip. So, does everyone want to infiltrate the ecclesiarchy, or do you think we can infiltrate different parts of the local government?
I can't be left on my own, so I'm more of this sticking together.
Well, considering that, I mean, there are other places and people of note we should check out. We could do it. We could do it like that. We first infiltrate the ecclesiarchy together, or we could split up, maybe, and then reconvene and share our findings.
Now that I think about it, infiltrating the ecclesiarchy is a bit pointless. Since, as the Inquisitor said, the Cardinal was blamed mostly, his crime was inaction. So that tells me, at least, that heresy is happening just in general around the city. Or around the colony, sorry. Not specifically within the ecclesiarchy. He was accused of just letting it pass, not actively engaging in it.
Yes, but
Obviously a crime, do not get me wrong, but I feel like we can find more evidence, specifically in just the wider colony instead of just focusing on the ecclesiarchy.
we also need, but in my opinion, we also don't know the validity of these accusations, and we need to see if the what's he called the person who
The Archbishop.
the archbishop. We need to check out if he is just not doing this for some political reason, as many people do these days, and we could find that out from people that are closest to them. That's what
I mean,
my
that's just starting the investigation from a different standpoint. Instead of investigating the heresy claims, you're investigating, instead of investigating the heresy that is claimed, you're investigating the claims themselves, which I don't. Obviously, I feel like the validity of the claims themselves will come through if we investigate the heresy itself. Then we have a much better baseline and much harder foundation in order to just burst into the ecclesiarchy if the claims turned out to be false.
also give them time to hide things. Also give them time to escape. I don't know. Maybe and not. My point is, we don't have to stay in the ecclesiarchy for a long time. I just I just meant that would be a good place to start. Of course, I agree with you that definitely there is something to those claims. There must be something happening in the general population and something to do with those festivals as well.
But what makes you think that the ecclesiarchy won't already be somewhat prepared for an inquisitorial investigation? That they have already not hidden their leaks and their evidence very well already. Meanwhile, the just general populace, I feel like, would be much less sloppy in those terms.
But if words get through that someone is investigating the general populace, then we're even more slimming our chances to find anything, if anything, that the ecclesiarchy is hiding, if it's even hiding anything.
I mean, we just need basic evidence in general. We don't need anything too specific in order to bring people high up for questioning. That is our right as the Inquisition.
Completely true.
What do you two think?
Redomer AFK'd a bit, said in chat, so
Domino?
I'm still trying to
Or-
wrap my stuff around things like a lot of the terms are very confusing.
yeah.
I
If you have any questions of like,
Yes,
lore,
just hit, just shoot.
shoot until
yeah, no. The problem has been so many that it's too late. I will keep that in mind.
Oh,
Next time.
ecclesiarchy, church. That's the most basic thing you need to know.
Yeah. Other things that I mentioned is Rosette as well. When you're part of the Inquisition, to recap, you prove that you're part of the Inquisition through an Inquisitorial Rosette. It is, as Booth said, a Deus Ex Machina for social situations. You take that buddy out, and everybody's gonna be like, "Ah, fuck."
Yep.
Yeah, that one I got, but it's just about the plan. The plan was just confusing to me. That's why I was mostly just you know.
Basically, what I am saying is maybe first infiltrate the regular populace, where these festivals and like the heresy is actually happening, instead of infiltrating the church, where the accusations came from.
You know, that I think that's a smart idea. It's also a good idea that way because we're gonna get more information about what the planet's like, and it's good to seek out corruption from the bottom instead of going straight to the top.
And well, our dear Indrand is just sitting there having a stroke.
He's communing with the warp. Leave him alone. All of you are just talking discussions. You just see the fucking psyker foam from the mouth.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. So yeah, those are two very valid approaches. Once again, I will note, for disguises from the Inquisitor, right? Basically, through documents and whatnot, because you won't be, if you want to keep your subtlety, you probably won't be taken there instantly by a ship. There's probably going to be like there's going to be a wayfarer station that, you know, goes from that station to this planet. So you don't have to like go under big inquisitorial ship and be like, haha, you know, I'm here. So you can falsify any kind of really document you want. If you want to be, as I said, part of the ecclesiarchy, easily done. If you want to be some minor random noble from ye ass planet, you can do that as well, right? Just solidify what kind of disguise you want in like the most general terms, because that will bring you or allow you to go through certain places a little bit, right? First and foremost, because every person that comes in or out is basically logged by Adeptus Administratum, aka border control. So
We also may want to see if we want to announce ourselves immediately to any specific person or group. For example, I don't know, the woman in charge of the local Adeptus Arbeits.
I mean, the only necessary person I see that we need to report our identities to is the astropath.
No, I assume he would already. They would already know our identity.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know how good it would be to reveal ourselves to the head of the police.
I will note for
Since we don't know how deep the heresy goes.
I will be noted that as part of being an astropath and sending basically the astropathic warp messages, I would definitely say that there is a sort of a code of secrecy. Like they can't just, they send those messages, but they can't freely speak what those messages are. So through that mean, you're basically safe, right? And it doesn't have to be exactly through that woman. It's not like there's one astropath per planet. There's multiple of them. She's just like the
This
head
one's
of them.
just being, yeah, absolutely understandable. And specifically, when I mentioned the chief of police, I just was using it as pure example. Plus, we might need just pure manpower depending on the situation. I have seen down there if obviously the Adeptus Arbites aren't involved.
That is true. You can very much, depending on how you go, get get a bunch of Adeptus Arbite guys and just charge into a building if need be. So, what kind of a approach do you guys like more then? Here's Redomer back.
Yes.
So, Redomer, what's your opinion?
I see. Well, my
We
opinion
have
is
no
still
plan.
like
We need you to make it up.
okay, cool. We are gonna go in loud.
All right, let's go.
I accept it. I agree.
Fine.
But
It's fine with everyone else.
if we were essentially what we're saying is we have, well, the two avenues of approach that we discussed so far is infiltrating the church, like Adi mentioned, or I proposed an idea of first infiltrating the general populace, where the heresy seems to be happening first.
Yes, seems sensible. Yeah, honestly, like I like the populace the most. But I do think we should maybe acquire alternative identities that maybe go into effect, I don't know, like a few days or weeks even.
Oh,
when we're
absolutely. I
there.
think we should acquire alternate identities.
Mhm. So, let's if those are the two avenues that you sort of kind of want to go about,
In the end of the day, we can also just split up
yeah,
to go to the ecclesiarchy, to go to the general populace.
Yes, we can also, yeah. If they find out that someone is investigating the populace, if we split up and someone is there, we can also check their reactions and stuff.
Exactly. So, who's going where? Well, rather, who's going with who, since I believe Lael will go to the ecclesiarchy, since he mentioned the idea, and I will definitely go to the general populace.
I would prefer to go with the general populace myself.
Freya, forgive me if I'm wrong, but don't you have a noble background?
I do. I guess that could come into play and be useful.
Yes, that as well, but I feel like you would be more accustomed to conversing with people from the church, since I haven't personally noticed much difference in their and the nobles' behavior.
Can't say I've had too much exposure.
And in the end, obviously, it's your choice.
Yeah, I'm fine with going either, or I just generally prefer not to go alone, but Physiarchy could work as well. That character I just don't know much about it, so I didn't want to go with them.
Gotcha. Indrand, what about you? If you feel like going to the general populace, I can go to the ecclesiarchy. It's no issue.
Yeah, I do feel like general populace.
All right, then. I suppose me and Lael will go to the ecclesiarchy, and Indrand and Freya will go to the general populace.
Okay. Cool. So, in that case, you two will basically, those that are going to the ecclesiarchy will be getting basic cover-up story and, clothing and minor documentation proving that you are from, the ecclesiarchy, you are basically the lowest level of priest, basically, to sort of stay on the low, because those are going to be the most many of them, unless of course you want to switch around, if you want to be like a little bit higher up or whatnot.
Well, that is
Of course,
obviously the higher up we are, the more information we get.
and
But
access, you also are more noticeable.
yeah,
It's a trade-off.
We could also go for maybe one person being a higher position and the other person being a subordinate.
While you're thinking of what to go with, Freya and Indrand, since you guys are going to go with the populace, obviously there's a bunch of the populace you can be a part of, like normal, like a commoner or like a minor noble or even a proper noble. So, think how you want to blend in, like what kind of disguise you want to go with.
Did our like intel mention like if there's like who was affected the most, like by the supposed debauchery stuff?
The report mostly says that the cardinal is allowing it. You don't exactly know the exact source, but presumably from how the content says, probably a little bit of everybody.
Okay. In that case, I would opt for normies.
No, means okay. So just a random commoner. Let's say something that you're either here for, like, we're able to afford a little luxurious pathway here to get from the dread of a hive world, or maybe you want to be part of the artisan guild or something. All in all, commoner background. Got it. What about the rest? What are you thinking?
Commoner's good.
Okay.
It would be interesting for Freya to play commoner. Or try to.
Got it. And church boys?
I feel like that would require more deliberation.
Yes.
I feel like the subordinate and like fucking, I don't know what to call it, employer, I don't know. Idea isn't too bad, but obviously none without its risks.
I mean, the pros, in my opinion, is that we can always split up and search different parts. Like I could, if I was the subordinate, I could talk to people in the lesser positions if they know something, and we could always meet up together in the fact that I am your subordinate. So no one would question if we would meet up together and talk in private.
Sorry, you decide you are gonna be the subordinate?
Yeah, I'm fine with that as well. Whatever position you want, I just
Personally, it feels to me like you're more of a zealous type than myself, and would have a much more comfortable time conversing with the ecclesiarchs.
I'm completely fine with that as well.
So yeah, we're gonna go for that then.
Okay. So basically, one of you, subordinate and higher up. So almost like maybe like a master disciple sort of deal in a way.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So Spike, you're going to be the subordinate. Subordinate priest, I'm going to write you down as, and Lael, you're going to be. What's the opposite of subordinate? Boss priest? Let's call it.
Superior.
Yes, my favorite fucking DreamWorks movie, Boss Priest, played by Alec Baldwin.
Okay, superior priest. Okay, let's go with like that. Okay. So those were those, as once again, are made for you, and you guys can get appropriate clothing for that. So if you guys want it, it's not really going to weigh anything, but you got the people going to the church get church attire, and those commoners just have regular clothes that you guys can very much easily get. It's clothes, and the Inquisitor is still helping with some minor things. Obviously, the person who looks the most, decorated is going to be the boss priest. Okay.
Can't you just say bishop or something?
I'm trying to remember. Sure, let's go with like that. Like, you basically a bishop and a regular priest. Like, I'm not exactly sure about full-on church ranks, honestly. Because I know that there's probably some minor things, and even acolyte is one of them. But you know, gonna be confusing with multiple acolytes at that point. Okay. So, anything else needing to be planned or whatnot in the meantime?
Sorry, it's deacons, priests, bishops, archbishops, cardinals, and the pope.
Okay.
There you go.
We'll just go with something simple. I mean, the Imperium has ranks everywhere, and every planet has kind of its own way to go about ranks. Like, I looked at the Wikipedia. Oh my lord, Jesus, it's a mess.
What?
Hmm?
Wikipedia what?
The ecclesiarchy.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Like originally the cardinal, I just simplified it to make it, but technically the closest thing that I was able to find is actually called a Pontifex Mundi. It's cursed.
It sounds cool though.
It does sound cool, but you know. Okay. So, anything else? Like I will like in terms of like regular requisitions and stuff, not really here. That you're going to be able to like start properly requisitioning onto the planet. So it's just more like, do you need anything minor or whatnot that is basically abundant or plentiful in terms of like rarity that you kind of just need about? You guys will be given free data slates essentially just to write down information. Mechanically speaking, I have put that into the journal under things of interest or group handout. You can just, in case you need that or whatnot, use it.
Can we get auspexes?
No.
They're scarce. Bitch.
Scarce. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's rare for me.
Bitch.
Hey,
What do you mean?
hey, think of your
We're
free.
getting robbed of a +20.
Think of your
Shit,
free.
DM.
Think of your free requisitions as the requisitions you got. Okay.
What's this with the like? Oh yeah, if you want anything.
No. But that doesn't make sense because that's tied to our backgrounds directly and our skills. Like that, that makes no sense to me.
Well, yes.
You can't be that way. That's mechanically wrong.
Before this meeting, you acquired the power sword.
No, that cannot be the case.
Okay, first step of grief. Let's go. Okay.
Well, I have one maybe thing that
Yeah.
could be really useful to us, but it is a scarce thing as well. But for
Okay.
example, because we have two groups, that we have at least two of them a Voxcaster, so we could communicate.
That's gonna basically essentially be walkie-talkie. There are also microbeads. They're rare, and that's basically AirPods, the closest thing. Sure. Yeah, you know what? I'll let you guys all have a singular requisition test, but it is going to be at a base of a -10.
Let's go.
Wait, what do we need to do?
If you want to requisition something, and this that is going to be first and foremost appropriate to this mission. So,
All right.
in terms of tools, gears, further weaponry or whatnot. But as I said, at a base of -10, and then depending on the availability of the item.
I'm going for that auspex. What's the base?
If you fail, you will still take the normal penalties for failing a requisition test, basically, which is possibly losing influence.
Can you gain influence by doing this successfully?
No, you got a weapon.
Okay.
You got an item out of it.
God damn it, man. Need influence.
So, anybody want anything before we go?
I forgot what the fucking like availability modifiers are.
Scarce starts at. I'll look it up. I think scarce starts at -10 or just as pure 0.
I think it's base, then rares -10, very rare -20, extremely rare -30.
Yeah, there's where the hell did I go? That is, I believe, the thing, but I can't find items because I'm retarded. Okay, those are not. Oh, that's because I'm in the wrong book. I'm in.
Ah, yes.
I was not. Don't worry about it. Okay, requisition test. Scarce is a difficult actually, so -10. Starting
This
from
is a difficult.
average is the challenging one.
Damn.
Yup.
I mean, if I tried to requisition a Voxcaster, it wouldn't be useful if at least one other person would do that as well. So maybe I should requisition something else.
Let's see how that works. That's in tools, right? Voxcaster offers communication. Yeah, you'd probably need 2 of them.
Let's see,
Yeah.
what is it called? It's a Vox something.
Voxcaster.
And what's so I
Another
sorry if
thing,
this is
another thing that could be much more useful, if you want, rather than a Voxcaster, since 100 kilometers, there is a microbead. It's average, but you can only talk to others up to 1 kilometer away because it's literally just an AirPod.
But then in that case, like for peak efficiency, we need 4.
That is the case, unless some of you have started with a microbead, because I know some people can.
But then Demmy, like, cause you said like the microbe is average, and didn't you literally say if you need anything that's like
I have that.
not very rare or
I
like
have
that's
that.
not rare at all?
I said
Because like, come on, it's a microbead,
plentiful
Yeah.
and abundant.
motherfucker. Okay, you got 1 microbead. We only need 1 more, I suppose. Technically.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, fine, because it's just a goddamn microbead. I won't Jew you out that way, but I will still need a requisition. And I'll say, as normal, depending on how many successes you get, if you get the, amount for all of you, so for 3 people, 3 degrees of success, you got a microbead. You get all 3 of them. And, well, I mean, further ones can, I suppose, be used as well.
Yeah, so that's an influence check, right? And how much do we need to get on that?
Well, let's see. It is average, so it is a +0, meaning no from the availability. But it is, as I said, a base of -10. Because so you would be rolling influence at a -10.
Okay. Then
So-
unless anyone subjects, can I roll that? That's something Freya's pretty good at.
If you want to roll,
I've
go
got a
for it.
45. I don't know if anyone has more.
The meta gaming,
No, but like just
please.
Who wants to
Guy-
requisition what?
Just roll, Domino.
I'm trying to get the microbeats.
Sure.
So
if you want to go...
modifier -10.
Yep.
Yes, -10.
Can I
Oh my!
reroll that?
Would you like to reroll? Yes,
I would
please.
like to reroll that.
First roll of the campaign, and it starts at 100. That's what we like to see, baby.
God.
That's still bad, right?
Okay.
You failed. You cannot
Way
reroll.
better.
Yeah. That is a failure with 2 additional degrees, so that's technically -3. What is your fellowship bonus? That's the decimal part of the
Four.
Four. Okay, so you do not lose any influence as you go around trying to, quartermaster other people, blah blah, trying to get additional microbeads.
Jesus.
So that's your requisition test. Anybody else?
I'm going for that Auspex.
Okay. Question: is it just regular Auspex array, right?
Just a fucking Auspex.
Got it. That is in
Minus. It's gonna be -20 because it's scarce.
Yeah. Holy
I'm
shit!
a fucking gamer. I am a gamer. Let's go.
Motherfucker.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. So, fuck it. I'll do it like this. Because I am going to try and promote specifically crit succeeds and failures. And I did sort of lie to you, Domino, because you can get influence, just, you need to roll fucking crit success.
Oh
So-
yeah, then I demand to be reroll because I waited a second longer, which changes RNG, and I want my fate point back. Thank you.
No, thank you. So, Boo, you get your Auspex. You can write down that you have an Auspex. And I'll say that somehow, through your influence, your charisma, through your method, right? You're able to find you were able to sort of butter up the quartermaster in a way. And now he kind of likes you a bit more, meaning that you might be able to squeeze something else out in the future. Get +1 influence.
There we go.
Bastard.
I can't believe 155 and then a 1. It's like almost 100, then almost the middle, and then the 1.
You'd love to see it. So yeah,
Okay,
you
good.
take your influence and then add the 1.
Yes, I did. So I like this little tiny where it says 0. I put 1 there, right?
No, you do not have unnatural influence. Cursed. Okay.
You get plastic surgery. That's our natural influence.
All right then. Who's next? By the way, if you don't want to requisition something because you don't have to, it's just like there's the offers on the table. When you're on the planet, you will be able to requisition at any point unless you're looking for something overly expensive or overly rare rather, at which point you're going to have to find somebody first who is appropriate and then you'll be able to roll. But generally speaking, you can almost always roll. The downside is if you're trying to requisition something that has a negative modifier, so for example something scarce, you would be losing subtlety depending on the amount of the rarity availability. But you're on the ship, so what you gonna do?
Well, since the microbeat plan seems to be failing, maybe I should try and requisition something else if I can.
I will also note, it won't work for the microbeats because the microbeats really have no bonuses. But there are also, if you have enough influence, or if you're really raring to get a possible natural 1 or whatever, you can up the quality of an item. Generally speaking, that kind of really depends on the item itself. But look, I'll just make things on the go if need be. But problem is, if you ask for something that is good quality, I believe, yeah, it makes the requisition have an additional -20 because it jumps by 2 steps, basically.
Then you fall best quality. Oh boy.
Best quality is 3 steps. So, for example, Boo, if wanted to take the best quality auger ray, it would be -10 from scarce, an additional -30 from best, and the -10 base, meaning you'd have a -50.
Literally can roll.
Yeah.
I want to try to go for the microbeats still, like just one, maybe.
As I said, you don't have to go for 1 just because it's kind of a thing and given. Just roll, and if you get multiple degrees of success, you'll get multiple of those.
Was that a -10, right?
Base is -10, yes.
Cool. Almost no chance of succeeding.
I mean, Boo rolled a 1.
Well, I won't. Damn.
Okay. Do you want to, for any chance, re-roll that, or?
No. No, I don't think it's worth it.
Understandable, my good sir. What is your fellowship at?
My fellowship is 25.
That's failure with 2 additional degrees. This would mean because how it works, if you fail your influence or requisition roll, and the failure of degrees go above your fellowship bonus, you lose that much influence as well. So in this case, you would lose 1 influence. As you probably similarly, Quartermaster no like you. Something just put you off on him. As you see just Spike coming out with a cool little fidget spinner gadget.
Damn. Well, guess I'm gonna sneak up behind Spike and him for his goodies.
Okay.
I would like to dodge.
Adi, what
No,
about
I
you?
would like to use my Auspex to scan my surroundings.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah.
since I have very low influence, and I need to for the microbead, I would need like -10, and then you said also -10 on that.
No,
No.
just
Microbeat is average. No, microbeat is
Oh,
fucking
microbead is average.
average.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can try for a microbead as well.
Once again, this is if you want to. If you're scared of losing more influence, you don't have to roll.
Well, so influence with a -10, right?
Yup.
Why didn't it?
Also, hold on, before you roll, because you guys might have forgotten this, but I can't constantly keep reminding of stuff. The book is there for a reason. If you want to spend additional fate points for a +10, for example, you can do that.
No. God damn it.
Okay.
Rip. I have 32 fellowship.
32 fellowship, that's a bonus of 3, so you would also lose
Just
one.
checking, just in case. None of you are Adeptus Administratum.
No.
Nope. Because
Okay.
that would have changed the the availability of things.
Yeah.
Okay. So just note that you've lost a point of influence. So how much do you have?
25, now I have 24.
Yes. Okie dokie then. So you guys got the additional things that you've wanted from the quartermaster, some getting, not getting what they want, and some people getting what they want. And in the meantime, as well, you guys will be joining the rite. It is known as the Rite of Firsts. So, you guys are dressed appropriately by various servants and whatnot, prepared to take in the rite, wearing ceremonial robes and, being properly, cleaned and whatnot to go for it. And you enter this little ceremonial hall, which kind of looks like a small chapel, basically. Candles everywhere, that sort of a gothic architecture. And as you guys sort of walk in there, trying to go as instructed, you guys, there's humming, there's chanting going about from various priests and whatnot. And in the distance, sort of in the middle of the chapel, you see your Inquisitor also in ceremonial robes. You guys will approach. He's going to say, kneel. And as he does, another servant brings about a bowl that is seemingly filled with some kind of water or translucent looking thing, and another two servants are sort of just making circles around you and Inquisitor with incense. And he dips the rosette into this holy water and sort of just like, cleans it, anoints it, before going to... Shit, I'm gonna roll a 1d4. Let's see who the fucking first is in line. 1, cool, it's Spoo. Spike, you're in first in line as you see, your rosette being anointed into holy water, and then sort of the Inquisitor stands before you. Stand, Acolytes of the Inquisition. State your name and your purpose.
Spike, to purge heresy.
May the Emperor's light shine upon you as you receive, again, back, basically, your rosette. Let's go with 1d3. Bucket 3. Cool. Freya, Inquisitor, also anoints the rosette and tells you, stand and state your name and your purpose.
Is there like is there like the requirement to state the purge heresy, or is it just
just
Oh,
be...
no, just anything.
Yeah, just anything, but don't
Okay.
make it... Just be appropriate, let's call it.
Don't be,
Okay,
don't,
yeah.
like,
No,
my
no,
man
she-
comes up
no,
there,
no.
fucking, what's his face? Freya, fucking skulls for the skull thrones, like, oh boy.
No. She'll stands up and she states, "My purpose is to cut down heresy and bring forth the will of the Emperor."
May the Emperor's light shine upon you. Let's see, it's gonna be next. 2. Lael, in front of you, same thing. Stand, state your name and your purpose.
My name is Lael, and my purpose is to atone forever by following the Emperor's will and purging heresy.
And lastly, Indrand, same thing. Stand, state your name and your purpose.
AFK.
I have no idea. Redomer?
Fall asleep.
God, God, verdammt. Redo. Right now, you're gonna be executed for heresy. You can't fall asleep during the ceremony. Bastard.
I just want to seal his rosette. Can I seal his rosette?
Don't do that.
That's very heretical.
But it's not here, so that means he's a heretic.
Just foaming at the mouth again.
Well, let's just be
Yeah.
like foaming at the mouth, actually saying his name unconsciously and his purpose.
Yup. That purpose is slightly gurgled, but hey. it's a purpose.
Let me. I demand you. Make the sounds that he would make. No. But he has to say the words too. Come on.
No, fuck off. Anyways,
But-
we'll say, because Redomer's AFK, or sleep, either or. The ceremony, so that you all stand and you give your rosettes. The Inquisitor looks at all of you, one at a time. Then go now, my acolytes. Go and purge heresy. Go and shine the Imperium with the Emperor's everlasting light. Welcome to the Inquisition. And then the chants get, a bit holier, let's say. You guys are perfumed with the incense, sort of passing by you, a bit wheezing from it, from its strength. But the ceremony does come to an end. Brief, but completed. You are now officially, fully immersed into the Inquisition. You're proper acolytes now. Ready to go do your first ever fucking mission. So, since we've done the prep and the requisition out, and you guys got your disguise and whatnot, you guys will be led to a Wayfarer station that is about a sector away, a system away, rather. Not a sector away, a system away from the planet. So it's not terribly far away. And that is where you guys will be left off. And then in about probably a day, 2, will be picked up. And you guys will go to Taslyra's Fall with what is basically a smaller transport ship that is using a very safe warp route and eventually get there. As you arrive, there is still somewhat of a window existence. No, we will not be getting ship combat. You guys
Vehicle
are...
combat?
No.
Can I requisition ship combat?
Can I try to requisite a ship so we can fight people in the ship?
No, you do not have the influence for a ship, my guy. You can't even buy a micro bead.
Are you sure? I've got 45. I got 45.
Just-
I got it.
A serious question. Do we get a briefing on our identities and such?
Yeah,
A short briefing, yeah.
I think I told you guys what you approximately were. I mean, you got...
I mean, do we get fake names or anything like that? That's what I mean.
Yes, but I'll leave that to you because it's your identity. It's how you want to present yourself.
Oh, fuck yeah, thank you.
Nice.
I swear to God, if you could call yourself Priest Humongous or whatever, I'm gonna wreck you.
I'm gonna demand that Redomer's first name is Foaming and last name is Mouth.
Foam. You know what? Let's call it like that. Foamius.
Yes. Foamy boy.
I mean,
Fucking god.
I mean, he's not here, so he can't complain because somehow he fell asleep. Okay, we're gonna have to need to move the word. Also, once again, in a way, the curse follows, guys. Who would have thought?
Right.
So if you guys mind, just because you guys make up your name and proper disguises or like how you want to look, does somebody mind charting that in the group handout or things of interest or one of those things?
Oh, charting what?
Basically, write down who the fuck you are in the things of interest or group handout, since this is a group thing.
Oh, like you mean the identities?
Yes.
Cool. What the fuck do y'all want to be named?
Everybody frantically typing name generator in Google.
How dare you expose us like that? No, not at all, man. Google isn't. I'm definitely not using the org.uk one. Not at all. I don't know, man.
The only thing that's coming to mind is like the first name I wanted, so call me. Put that my name is Bishop
Carlos?
Dominicus.
Yeah, that's fair name. Like, hold on, look. Is your first name Bishop and your last name Dominicus?
No, fuck you. So they would like call me, oh yes, Bishop, Bishop. Like, what the fuck?
You know
I
what?
mean, refer to me as to, so no, Bishop is not my first name.
Got it. Boo, I'm gonna post this for you as well, just because this is Redomer's name until he, joins.
Also, I guess Freya would like to go by the name Eloise.
How the fuck do you spell that? Eloise?
The way you pronounce it.
The way you pronounce it is different than the way I pronounce it.
It's
Yours is a...
Eloise.
Wait, how would you pronounce it?
My dude, the first time he said Eloise.
What?
That's what he said the first time. Yes, Eloise, but I'm sure he means this.
Yeah, that
Right.
he wrote that in
Eloise.
chat. He wrote that in chat.
Yeah, I wrote that in chat.
I'm not
Eloise.
reading chat over there.
You should read it.
You should read it.
Yeah, no, but the first time you said it, it sounded like, well, Eloise. Like,
No,
who the
no,
fuck
no,
is
no,
this?
no.
Okay,
Eloise.
and what was his name, Demmy? Fomus Minadeo. Alrighty
Yeah, I
then.
just took an Italian last name, basically.
There
Yeah,
we
I'm
go.
insulted.
Look
I'm
at the
insulted
group.
now.
Look at the group handout if you want to see the
Yeah,
personas.
so Spike is huge. I hate you. Fomius Minadeo, Dominicus, Eloise. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay. So, you guys arrive. The sort of transport ship will land, and then there's going to be a whole procedure of, it's just like a little plane. The disembarking, get into line.
Sorry, Demi.
Yeah,
Sorry.
what's it?
I just had an idea for a last name. Can you just put Dominicus Canus? Sorry.
I'll put it in.
Yeah,
Got it. You guys.
Like 2 N's or 1 N?
one N.
We need second names?
I mean, you don't need it. He just wants to be a dog.
Okay, then that's totally her name.
Shuttler, like a shuttle.
Yes.
I hate it. God bless. Can't wait to call you guys, but wait to call Hugh out.
Just
Okay.
always pronounce it by like the last name first, so it's not funny.
Okay, so
I mean, the last name itself, honestly, I find funny. Like Janus. My dude's a fucking god in the smite.
So, you guys disembark board, go through, the line, the procedures, giving in your documents. Everything seems to be A-OK. And you pass through. And you guys, probably due to trying to stay settled on things, you guys can have the option to be together or, separately sort of leave and disembark or whatnot. But generally speaking, you would be able to meet up at the port, the ship port, basically here, which is fairly fucking large because the ships are like 500 meters long or more for these little transport ones. So you can all convene at the ship port. What would you like to do as the first thing onto this planet? Oh yeah, 2 things actually. My bad. 2 things that I entirely forgot about. First and foremost, it is cold, but you would have dressed appropriately. As appropriate.
First and foremost, I forgot to tell you about the circumstances of the planet anyway.
Yeah, it's cold. And secondly, I think the only person who has Psyniscience is Indrand, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Would you mind rolling me Psyniscience with a +20?
Redomer's asleep.
Shit! You're right!
I was like, who this man talking to?
Yeah, he's gone. Like, honestly though, shouldn't we be worried that Redomer at this point? Because this has been a long time.
It is what it is. So, just gonna roll that. I don't know. I think he has anything additional, but fuck it. I'm rolling for him.
Can we get a reroll, please?
Yeah, I'll wait for.
Wait, why's the modifier 20?
I said with a +20.
Ah, he said +20.
So, I'm rolling with a +20. So this is a reroll. Bare success. I'll take over for him in a bit, and he'll basically reconvene, give this information because he has no option. what he feels is, as you guys approach the planet and enter the atmosphere and landing, he's going to probably shiver just a little bit as he sort of feels this, feels that, that the report is true, that the veil is thinner here, that he is able to more easily, in a way, not mechanically, but just more easily grasp onto the warp here, that it is not as bulletproof as, somewhere else, basically. And he'll inform you that, oh yeah, it's a thing.
I like how you immediately needed to state non-mechanical.
I got him before somebody fucking asks. I know somebody's gonna
My,
ask
my
me that.
man's got that in quick draw. I would have absolutely brought it up, like, no question. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Do I get a +5?
No, I was literally thinking it as you said, not mechanical. I'm like, motherfucker.
It's not
Uh,
that thin. It's mostly
Yes,
just
very more easily.
so. What do? What's your move? Where would you like to go? Or what would you like to do rather? You have been. I will say also. You mentioned that before. You do have a general map of the planet. It doesn't go into super many details. It's just what the database could get from as the scanning of the planet and the readings and geological stuff. Uh, it doesn't point out too many things in like specific buildings or whatnot, but you have a general layout of the planet, and using the data slate and whatnot, somewhat of a look from how the spire and whatnot goes.
Also, question out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Are we just gonna be staring at the planet the whole time?
Right. There was basically the only thing that I prepared is the city map, basically.
I mean, yeah, just a city would be nice.
So obviously not Warhammer 40k appropriate, but finding a picture that I wanted, it was nice. But generally speaking, this is how the city is going to look like. It's a mix. It really does. Uh, it looks like it's going to be a mixture between the futuristic, the whole, large towers and spire-like buildings, with a mix of regular suburbia and normal, looking houses that are like a story or two high, littered about. It's meant to have that idea that yes, there's a lot of people living. It is cold here, but it's not a hive world. It's not where every building is literally, and by the way, this is the top floor. You will have reports that the spire itself goes down about 10 to 50, let's say like 15 floors under, or layers under, let's say.
Nah, Hive World is just more what
No.
Demi described. Like, it's just like a massive pillar. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. And you live in the wall.
Yup, you literally just live in. Like, I am in your walls. Yes, yes, you literally are.
Yeah, that's based. I don't know who Follow does, but those are based.
Like, let me try and find a picture as a representation, but it is the first thing that comes out. Shit. Can I post this? Oh my god, I can't. Okay, copy image it is then. Can't post it. Okay, never mind. I'm done.
Gazzo that shit.
Hmm?
Gazzo it.
You'll gather multiple things, then just so you have a look at how Hive World actually is. And by the way, a single Hive World can have billions of people in it.
It's like easily more than the
Oh.
Earth.
Yup. And technically, the Earth right now. Oh my god, how many? I copied it. You're just lagging. Technically, the Earth right now has. I'm not sure about the number, but it is in the billions. Like probably like 50 billion or whatever the hell. I don't know, maybe 100 billion people on it.
I'll let you know a little surprise. Earth's population currently is in the billions.
Well, yes, just this is like 10 times bigger, basically.
Yeah, but yeah, basically those are Hive Worlds.
Okay, basically a planet full of Chinese people.
Well, there goes the quote unquote monetization.
True. Gotta put the not safe for work tag now on YouTube.
But you didn't do that before, okay, so time to be racist, guys.
I did it before.
Aw, Saj.
Uh,
What the TOS can we break, though?
but yeah, once again, this is the how the general view of the spire would look like. There would be one massive spire and then like other skyscrapers and one around. You would easily be able to presume that the main largest spire is where you can definitely find the planetary governor. Haha. The rest, though, well, ask around, find out. So, as I said, what would you like to do? Or where to
Well,
first?
we should probably find out where we have to go. Like, for us, where the seat of the ecclesiarchy is, where we would infiltrate, basically.
All right. Just as a general guideline, and just also see, because two of you are going to church, Domino, Freya rather, um, since Indrand isn't here to really comment, where would you want to be going, since you guys are
Wait.
taking the commoner route?
Well, honestly, I was personally thinking of like, I don't know if these exist on these garden worlds, but I honestly just wanted to stop it, do the traditional thing, and just see a bar, see what's up,
What
see what's happening.
Also,
People.
also, can we like find like a meeting place to meet in a few days just to reconvene and share information? Since we don't have the micro beats.
Well, you definitely can. The only place that you have right now that is familiar to all of you is this shipport, exactly. Unless you want to look for something a bit more specific. Like, I will inform Domino just as well, because you're asking things. Think of this place also kind of as a still Earth-like. You have your bars, you have brothels, you have hotels, you have apartments, you have, a lot of general stuff with addition, basically.
Do you mean by with addition?
I mean, for example, if you were on a Forge world or something, you would have a bunch of factories. Here, you would actually probably also have factories, but probably not in the city itself. But just think of it as Earth.
Okay, so all earthly stuff is here. Okay.
Basically.
Okay. Cool.
So
cool,
if you're
cool.
looking for something or want something specific, just ask and I'll answer.
Okay. Cool. I will. I will.
So, where's the whorehouse?
Oh, funny you ask.
Heresy.
It's you'll probably see it the moment you exit the fucking shipport.
Oh, yeah. So,
Even the
I think
bar.
we haven't exited yet, SMH.
Yeah, I would say that you guys are convenient talking in the shipport. Basically, I mean it's a big open area probably where there's certified forklift drivers going about putting in cargo and whatnot. People saying goodbye, saying hello, and stuff like that. Think of it as basically an airport, just much more factory or warehouse looking, and space ready. So, let's go with the church people first. So you guys want to basically go to where the ecclesiarchy would be, which would probably be there's a lot of smaller churches around, but if you're looking to go to the straight at the heart of it, it would be probably the main cathedral of this place, which I would say is most likely demonstrated on the map since it is a building of import. So you can get there easily enough.
Also, question.
Mhm.
Like with our disguises and stuff. Or did we get like something like are they expecting us or something?
Um, kind
Like
of have
visitors or something like that?
uh not necessarily because there's a lot of people coming and going basically, and if you want to be on the low, right, better probably not to inform anybody of your arrival. Because as I said, people come and go, and there's going to be a noble who just for example, randomly shows up and is like, yo, what's up? This is basically what you can do as well.
Fair enough.
As long as you have the decoration and the look and the feel, how you can probably go into the church willy-nilly and act as if you work there. Just, don't try and recite the Bible to them. So, you two want to go to the cathedral then?
You cool with that, Boo?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, this being a place, and you guys, I'll say you'll be able to find probably some modus of transportation, what is essentially a taxi of sorts. no requisition needed for that. You just pay the guy a fucking, 5 thrones or whatever and just be done with it. You guys can very much easily arrive at the cathedral, and it is massive. Built in, once again, a Gothic style, as appropriated by the architectural guild, let's say them. And there's a lot of movement going about. First and foremost, you guys can see a bunch of normal people going inside, praying, all of that, and indeed a bunch of priests walking around the various plazas and places. And when I mean big, by the way, as a cathedral, I just want you to note it's not like a regular cathedral like the Notre Dame. Think of the Notre Dame, but times 10, basically, plus expanded ground around it. These things are big. It's more like an entire goddamn castle. So, you are there. There are definitely people about. How do you want to approach this? Do you just walk in there?
Master Dominicus, what should we do?
Well, we should probably just enter for now and just see the lay of the land, see what the situation is inside. At least how we can approach it appropriately.
I follow you, Master Dominicus. Lead on.
All right. I will want a single thing, and this is just as a general guideline since you're taking the time. Give me, both of you can give me a navigate surface roll, with I'll say with a plus 30 since you're taking your time and looking around the place. This is mostly just to get a proper feel about places. Okay, degrees.
You said plus 30, right?
Yes. Hey, nice. Okay. So with that many successes, you definitely go about. It seems that this cathedral is split into smaller cathedrals or smaller churches, let's call them, appropriate to this place, with various homes and various apartments that are part of the church of things. It seems like this isn't just a place of worship, it is also a place of living for specific, probably members of the ecclesiarchy. There would probably be also something akin to a university or theology school in a way. Various plazas, various routes. Even you can, I'll say, can find about in this general location various shortcuts as well, in case you need to ever use various shortcuts. But
Alrighty
is there anything you are specifically looking for that might be a presence? Like, are you keeping your eye out for something? Oh, and also for specifically, I will note Dominicus currently, since you are equipped with a bit more decoration regalia, you will note that there are some individuals that are dressed similarly to Lael or Hugh currently, that are giving, their bows and their respects as you sometimes pass by. So you are seemingly just blending in with the place.
Well, hmm. Hmm. What do you think, young subordinate? What should our plan of action be?
I think first we need to situate all. We should probably get ourselves situated first, and then go about our ecclesiarchal duties.
Um, hmm. Can we? I don't know. Can we, like, check out the place where the, like, residency where the ecclesiarchy, the members of the ecclesiarchy, sleep and have their rooms and stuff.
Yeah, easily. As I said, it's a building in its own right. Um, and you can just go in there if need be. So you guys are what, looking for basically a place to stay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So as you enter the place, there is this large lounge area, and there do seem to be once again people going about, mostly servants though, or lower members of the ecclesiarchy, things like let's call them choir boys, basically running around doing their daily duties. And of course, even to you now, because some of them are even younger, bow to both of you as a sign of respect. You enter, and there, the closest thing that you'll probably find is probably reception, funnily enough. And there will probably be a receptionist that is currently free for you guys to approach and, well, talk, ask. I would say female, probably a bit on the older side. You can see a little bit of aging going about, dressed in appropriate attire, sort of just going about various papers at her desk or at the receptionist desk. So how do you approach?
Depends on Master Dominicus.
Well, I'm thinking maybe we should approach, like, for example, that we've been transferred from some other city to here.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm just worried that how long it would take
Just
them to.
say transfer from another planet.
True, much better, yeah. And that our papers have not still, like,
We have the papers that
Yeah.
they are forged.
we
Like-
actually do.
Like, for, by the way, I just also want to note, because obviously things are going to come up as things, you can just assume that you might have like the basic things. For example, the specific planet, you'll probably have on the paper the planet, right, sort of prepared. Just advanced planning, basically.
hmm So, if we just show our ID, we should be good.
Yeah. So basically, we approach her and good day.
Good day.
And
Good day. Good day, Bishop. And she sort of in her sitting stays, sort of bows to you.
dear child, would you be able to help us?
What can I help you with, Bishop?
We are sort of a new arrival here, and we still don't know much about the place, but um, we thought we should first find a place of residency. Maybe you could help us with that, and maybe someone to show us around. And we like show the papers and stuff that we were transferred from another place.
Very well. Give me a minute just to confirm. And she's going to be doing around the papers, basically border control additionally, taking various basically IDs and putting them in. After that, she's going to go and just, things seems to check out. In terms of residence, that can be very much easily done. Would you like to stay here at the cathedral, or would you like to find a place somewhere else?
Well, I think here at the cathedral would be appropriate if there is, of course, room for us.
Of course, there is enough room to accommodate everybody. She's going to go to the back and through like you can see upon like goes into a room, and when she opens the door, there's like, you guys can sort of just narrowly see lockers upon lockers of when she basically where keys would be stored, because there's a lot of keys here. And she brings back a key with a very, or rather not a key specifically, but more like an ID card that you just sort of put on, and you can see that the number of the room is, E2305, something, generically long. Please ask one of the various servants here that they can lead you to your room. In terms of somebody who can show you around, we can organize an individual in a single day. However, I would like to know, would you like somebody who is, well, currently ordained, a priest, or would you be okay with one of the various choir boys that goes, various servants that go around?
I think a priest would be able to provide better information, in my opinion. So, if that, if you could do that, that would be very pleasing.
Very well. It will be arranged. Welcome to Taslyra's Fall, Bishop. I hope you have a pleasant stay. May the Emperor's light shine upon you.
Thank you, my child. May the Emperor's light shine upon you as well.
All right. And you guys can be easily led. Like, you guys are just blending in. There's people coming in, people coming out. As long as it seems like you have the enough documents, it seems to be going about. Oh, hello, Redomer?
Holy shit.
Oh, gamer, are you awake?
Yes.
Okay. Were you AFK or
Big
did you
on.
sleep? I'm gonna take that as a yes. All right.
Hello, hello.
Yeah. Welcome back. Sleepyhead. So, you guys are led to your rooms, and let's just say it takes about 20 minutes of walking to get to your goddamn room. Takes a while. Even through, like, you even have those little, like, indoor transportations, basically. You know, like how airports have that little transport car that kind of goes around sometimes? Something similar to that. Various elevators, and you eventually get to your room, which is, for two people, a modest room, all in all. You know, you have your beds, you have wardrobes, you have your own bathroom, all of the necessities for, you know, proper living. And there is the thing that pops up the most. There is a specific area that is what seems to be a dedicated shrine, probably for prayer purposes. So you can situate yourself easily in there. Anything you'd like to specifically do in the room, or
Wow. We were alone in the room, right?
yes?
So basically, what do you think of this place? This place is much bigger than I imagined. This may be a lot harder than we thought.
I never expected it to be easy.
I mean, true.
Also, why did you ask for a place inside the cathedral?
I thought it would be better that if anything happened, that we would be closer by to investigate.
Understand that, but that makes us way more suspicious when we eventually need to meet the other two outside.
True, true. That might be right, but they can always meet us here. They could always come pray here. So that is also a thing. I hate that we didn't talk about this properly, but whatever. Basically, we can always meet in the main hall of the church to pray. No one would find that suspicious. So
Be a lot of people there. Okay, well, suppose we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anyway, so off to our room.
You guys are in your room.
yeah, we are in our room. Yes.
That's why you're able to speak openly now.
Yeah.
Cameras are in the walls. So, do you have any clue what a bishop does?
Well, as I could see from the other people, it seems that I have a very respected role. So maybe I should also, after like the tour we have, maybe visit the library and check up on that as well, just to not uh, break my role, I guess, my disguise, because yeah, if any other of the bishops or higher ups approach me, I don't want it to be suspicious. So yeah.
I'll join you in the library as well,
Yes.
for the time being.
Yeah, for the time being. But afterwards, I would think after we inform ourselves properly, we could also split up and check out. You could check up on the lower ranked people if there's any rumors.
Exactly what I'm planning to do.
Yeah, basically. But for now, let's just stick together to get through this tour and yeah, check out the library.
Okay. We'll get back to you. Going to Freya and Indrand right now. So, the other two have taken a taxi and have basically left for the church as talked about and planned. What would you guys like to do?
Well,
Hmm.
I don't know about you, but strangely enough, my first inclination on this mission was why not just see a bar and see what's currently happening? Would be a good way to get like some more information about what's happening locally.
Hmm. I mean, yeah. Although I think we should just start it way simpler, since we're it's basically a church thing. Why not just check in, just see what they present us with when you when people come to this world.
Is it just me or is Sleepy Redomer even more bumbling than usual?
Yes.
I got 0 of that, my guy.
And that's your fault.
I think it's yours for falling asleep. Can I get a Redomer translation?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Just going for like a proper check-in, since this is a tourist attraction, and we're coming here as tourists.
Fair enough. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds fun. Let's do it.
You've basically already passed border control. As I said, you guys are now officially on the planet. So, what exactly looking for? Where go? There would be I would say as well, since there was the question of bars and things, considering this is the ship port and this is where basically most of the travelers and things come in, and it is kind of all densely packed in. There would be like bars and already establishments, hotels, probably and things, right, almost right at the gate. So, of course, that's the first thing that you see. If you want to go somewhere else in the city or somewhere further in or away from, the obvious instant tourist place, that's up to you.
I mean, I think easiest would be to just go for uh, like a a tourist trap, but not particularly set on anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's also probably a good way to get a feel for like the local layout.
Okay. Um, the closest thing I'd say to a tourist trap at the beginning, well, this is a garden world, so various entertainment buildings, let's call it like that. Once again, reinstating bars at the right at the beginning. Some seem to be more luxurious, some seem to be more pub-like, let's call it like that. Then you have brothels that you can instantly go to. Then there would probably be other entertainment things, probably like what would I call it? No, it has a proper name. Why am I thinking jacuzzi? No, karaoke. Let's call it like that. Plenty of establishments to go to. When it comes to basic tourist trap places at the beginning, because like all of this in front of the place is probably going to be your tourist trap, since that's the first thing they see, the first thing that can grab money. That's what I'm saying. Like, is there any like specific individual? Like, do you guys just want to go to a bar, basically?
Mm, I mean, I guess I mean, like we're gonna be staying here. Like, just do the bars have like place to sleep as well, or would we need like a separate place for that?
Some of them would probably have it.
Yeah.
Like
How
part of the
about like
bar is like it's not. It's like an inn, basically, a bar inn, tavern.
no? Okay. So yeah, maybe like one of those places.
Okay,
Just
so you guys walk in into, you'll just basically say a random bar because there's so many of them, and Inside, it's quite normal actually, depending on where you're coming from. Um, Plenty of tables. Most of it is half of it approximately is about filled out with people. So there are some empty tables about. People playing pool, people playing darts. Obviously, these would have different names in the Imperium. But there does seem to be general going about, drinking, smoking low sticks, general perusing, smoozing. And yeah, it is smoky in here though. Like kind of a shit ventilation system. So I presume you guys grab a table. Easily done. A waiter comes over and or because this place will probably have a waiter slash bartender deal sort of deal. And goes, well, hello there. How can I help you?
I presume that. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Presume we don't have a set like place we'll stay, right? We still need to figure that out.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, no, we were just perusing around the neighborhood, and we came across his bar slash inn, and well, the place looked good. Yeah, we're just seeing what it's like in the inside and what stuff there
No.
is staff here.
Oh, you don't have to fool me. I could see you guys are freshly freshly on the planet. What can I get you really? And you would probably both of you actually both groups would have also noticed that while you guys can understand each other, there does seem to I'm clearly speaking by the way, but there does seem to be a sort of a accent slash dialect sort of deal that is going on as well. That is possibly slightly giving away stuff.
Ah, fair enough. I mean, in that case, unless Redomer has anything like he immediately says, just reply to the man and go, oh, whatever is the most common thing around here. I'm trying to enjoy the local culture and try to get immersed in it. For me, at the very least.
Here it is then. Coming right up. And about after a minute, he'll bring you guys two mugs of beer. Pretty nicely actually tapped, all things considering. Here you go. Here you fine gentlemen go. So, considering you're new to this place, you got anywhere to sleep? We offer that.
Well, what do you have in what do you have in store? Anything?
Well, we got clean rooms, single beds, two beds, depending on how you got fellas want it. 20 thrones a night. Pretty simple. Slightly
that
more expensive, I will say, out of character than a regular place.
makes sense, I suppose. That's like basically the first thing we saw. Well, let's see how the beer is first.
Be
Gotta
my
make
be my guest.
and well, just uh, can I just attempt to like you know take like a really like a huge
Long.
sip, the kind that's aimed at emptying the thing at one go.
Okay. Make me. What would this be? Probably a toughness check. Give me. I mean, it's just regular beer. It's nothing too strong. So give me like a toughness check with a +10 to see if your throat handles the amount of beer.
I swear, if Mr.
Uh,
Foam fucking starts foaming because of the beer, I'm gonna kill him.
Hey, nice. Easily. The guy just looks and goes, yeah, you'll fit right in. Oh shit, did I really go robotic?
I think that's for everyone.
No. The bartender just sort of looks at you, gulp that thing in one go and like fucking snap of a finger basically, and goes, "Oh yeah, you'll fit right in here. If you're looking for other parts of entertainment, if the miss here doesn't disagree, we got various, let's call them adult locations around. We don't offer that, sadly. But
Hmm.
would you like another beer?
Yeah, sure. Tastes good enough.
Come right
First session, this man gets drunk enough to spill the beans on the Inquisition.
And Inquisition. Yeah, gets you another beer. And then he goes back. So, what'll it be? Rooms for the night or not?
Yeah, I think rooms on it too. And yeah, also those other locations. Might want to check that out.
S- oh, be my guest. Well, when you're done drinking your beers, just come and see me again. I'll hit you up with a key, and that'll be it. Just don't try and lose the key, please. I'll leave you to it then. Welcome to Taslyra's Fall, gentlemen and lady.
Thank you. I did have one question for you, if you don't mind.
Ah, go for it.
Why exactly is it called this way? Who fell?
It's actually not who fell. It's seemingly from legends say, I don't even know where it is. The first people to come to this place saw a really nice waterfall and called it like that. I'd presume the guy who came there was named Taslyra or whatever. Nothing too gorgeous.
This
I'll
what it's
hide
called.
down behind a waterfall, anyone?
One way to find out.
This waterfall. Whereabout is it situated? This is actually. It sounds like a great tourist attraction. Is it anywhere nearby?
Not here in the city. Um, I haven't visited yet, but it's probably about a day's travel outside the city.
It's quite good to know. Thank you very much.
No problemo. Anything else?
Quite it.
Alrighty then. Enjoy drinks. And he's gonna go back to working.
Do you need to roll toughness every time you drink it? Sorry, I got all robotic-y.
No. You don't have to roll toughness if you're normally drinking. It's just Redomer wanted to down it in one go.
Ah, I see it. I want to do that too. I need the one up him.
Sure, toughness with a +10.
No, he's a fucking. No, he's just a noble. She wouldn't do that. It's retarded.
Alrighty then. So,
No drinking contest, sad.
anything else you guys would like to do? As you guys are just enjoying your drinks at the time being at your table.
I think we should just go around and inquire about some random stuff. See what's going on. Honestly,
Hmm.
should be plenty of people here to talk to.
Actually, that's one thing that I want to do. First, I want to see can I like actually go and like sense if the if like there's a thinness of the veil is actually where it is.
Right. You were asleep during that time. I rolled on your behalf. I did spend a fate point, by the way, for the reroll since the other players asked for it. You got a singular success, and you were able to feel it.
Okay.
Basically, how I described it is as you were coming into the atmosphere, like going down and finally approaching the planet, a little bit of a shiver down your spine went, and you can sort of feel that thinness. It's nothing too great, but it's just like enough for you to notice, essentially, as being somebody attuned to the warp.
So reports match up then.
Yup.
All right, good. Well, bad, but also good.
Bad, but also good. So, in terms of inquiring, this will be pretty simple. How would you go about it? Since you guys, I will say that you guys can spend probably a few days or going around or just chilling, resting, smoozing, asking about people. So how would you go about it? Is there any specific way? Because if not, then it would be just a general inquiry check.
Well, it kind of depends. I guess we would have talked about that before, but how do we want to actually, portray ourselves, Redomer, except for just being normal people? What is our backstory? Because you should definitely have that online.
Or mostly thinking of just some random schmucks that maybe like I don't know. Okay, that I don't know in out of character, but I would like lotteries and like winnings and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'd say that probably exists somewhere. Yeah, a fucking
Yeah.
win a trip to a garden world. Sure.
Yeah.
It's good to me. Sounds like more creative than what I would have thought of.
I mean, yeah, or it's either something as silly. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be lottery. Something as like, haha, you got employee of the month. You can go on vacation with your loved one or something like that.
Okay, now that's a bit cringe.
Yeah, welcome to being party administratum. It helps boost morale of the people.
Yeah, but the relationship stuff, players are never to be, role playing some people in relationships. That's weird, Demmy.
Sorry, I heavily go into ERP.
Oof.
God.
So, as I'm saying, what? So you guys have your so the idea for the background, right? It's just more like, what do you do from here? Like you can honestly take any approach as long as it means into getting information. If you want to take the more direct approach and beat somebody up in an alley for information, you guys can do that.
I was gonna propose you just actually talk.
All right.
Well, I guess I will have to leave that to you because I generally suck at that.
I mean, we could split up.
And then I do what?
Beat up people in shits.
I love to see it.
I mean, I'm fine with doing an inquiry, but like I'm just saying, you could do you, bro. We could split up. We got this.
Yeah, because nothing wrong could ever happen on that.
So since you kind of let's start with Domino then, since you guys can sort of work together and out, because if you guys have the same skills, so for example, if you Redomer have also inquiry, you can just say I'm assisting, which would give Domino a +10 to the roll. As simple as that. But you have to have the appropriate skill.
Sad.
Otherwise, yeah. If you want to, as I said, you could have your own approach to things. But what I'm also interested in is not just the approach, but what actually are you trying to look for? What kind of information?
Well, it's kind of like, I guess, normal people are aware that like heresy and that kind of shit is bad, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a bit too. That's not very subtle. Just being like, yo, where's local heresy here? That's kind of how subtlety just dies.
That's how you get reported to the Adeptus Arbite.
Yeah. No. Just casually ask. Yeah, I want to know what places you need to avoid, and also kind of like how the local people, at least from my perspective, what the local people think of those in charge.
Okay.
It also seems like something important.
So we're gonna do it then kind of simply. So since you Freya want to do inquiry, roll me then the inquiry check, and I would say there's probably actually no, just give it to me flat. So just inquiry.
All right, so that's inquiry. I have 2 ticks,
Yep.
no modifier.
No modifier.
God fucking damn it! I probably want to re-roll that because I get back all of them every single day anyway, right?
Nope.
Not every single day,
Every
every single
session.
session. Yes.
Yeah, I'll re-roll it.
Go for it.
Can't get much worse anyway.
You actually can.
No.
Okay. You're trying to ask around, but maybe because you aren't quite a local and you have that accent, or you aren't able to find the right people, you're not able to find what you're looking for. Basically how I was thinking of doing it, with every degree of success that you achieve on it, you would basically be able to get a single question answered. Something similar that we've done in Chris campaign, Boo.
Yes.
But this is like only the first day. Like you can spend more time on this essentially. But for the time being, let's go to Redomer, Indrand. How would you like to go about things?
Well, I'm afraid the only thing I can actually do is well, one or two own things, I guess. Maybe I will actually go and can I go like get into like friendly brawls if that's the thing around here.
I would say there probably is a fight arena, honestly.
Yeah.
Sure. What you can give me then is since let's call it, rather than getting questions, just showcasing how good you are, and from there you might be able to find stuff out. So what do you have in terms of talents and traits? Okay. Blah blah blah, no primitive. Okay. Give me then a flat weapon skill test.
All right.
Since you're probably going to be fighting other people and
Damn.
whatnot.
Okay. I want to go and spend like a fate point on that.
Okay. For the reroll, right?
There you go.
Hey, nice. Okay. Similar, so you basically spend your, you get there first few days. What you do is you just tell Freya, I'm out. By the way, Freya, he's coming back home with some bruises, but not too many. And yeah,
Like-
you're able to climb up some of the rankings and friendly wagers and fights. So as I said, with each success or with each degree, you'd be able to get one question, and this is 4 degrees. So you have 4 questions that you can ask and possibly get an answer to, depending on the question or how you pose it.
All right. First of all, thanks, appreciate it. With Bruce, with the help.
Mhm.
And questions, huh? What would be like a good first question? I guess.
Should
Wow.
clearly ask who's the big
Um,
bad evil of this campaign.
No. What are the Can I ask for like what's a good what's a good spot for people to have fun at?
Ah.
Like what's the recommendation?
They will what you're gonna find out is that the entire place is sort of made to have fun, but a specific place you should go is what is essentially the red light district, but not in the sense of red light, just brothels and stuff, but that is sort of just where everything is sort of fixated at the sort of main plaza of the city. You'll find high class stuff there. You'll find various theaters if you're into cultural stuff and whatnot, and because the plaza sort of goes into layers as well. The deeper down you go into this spire, it starts being less for nobility and starts being more for the common people, but you're still going to find high quality stuff there if you're looking for a good time. So basically main plaza of the city, and it goes down by, I'd say, like 5 floors down.
All right.
By the way, if anybody else, if you can't think of any questions yourself, you can ask the others as well. They can like pitch in out of character if you don't have any idea.
Well, at least one more idea.
Mhm.
Let's see where the soul goes. Who are the important people in this I guess district or whatever?
They'll give you a list. You'll probably be able to find out some people that actually know some people, and they'll give you the general rundown that by the way, basically the ones that you find out as well. I mean, they'll tell you, planetary governor, if you're looking for who's actually running all the festivals, and basically head poncho of all these places is the Custos Humanitas. Basically, you're getting the same list unless you're looking for something more specific from that question. Like
Oh.
you're basically gonna find out something else if you're looking for like a more minor boss or whatever, because some of them are going to like joke about it's their fucking boss.
Yeah, like I'm looking for local bosses, like someone that we don't have on the list. Like people you go to when you when you don't want to go through like a million hoops or whatever.
Yeah, I'd say at least from because you're mostly focusing on the entertainment and stuff. The main person that is sort of in charge for making sure that all locales and places are running well. I'm just gonna think of a random name at this point. Probably a guy called, like, let's say Joshua or Joshuish. Um, and he's sort of the step lower, sort of overlooking this place.
All right.
So yeah, you basically can write down that you have the names of certain local important people. So 2 questions remain.
Well, any suggestions?
Guess maybe like what the bad places are. What, like, if there are any in this kind of place, but I don't think there are. There is, it shouldn't be.
Also, they were mentioning festivals that are a thing here, so maybe ask around about that as well. If there's a festival going around.
What do you say, Redmer? Like, this is
Mhm.
your role. You're the final arbitrator of what you want.
Yeah. Well, I already got 2 suggestions, so well. So I guess I will ask about those festivals. Uh, like, what can you tell me about those festivals I heard about?
Okay. Uh, you'll find out that the festivals are organized every month, and it's mostly like basically a monthly holiday sort of deal, right? Where there's going to be a main parade that goes out throughout the city, and it's just meant for people to, you know, get a day off, relax, enjoy, drink, you know, do. It's basically a day for hedonism. Let's call it like that, right? And the main attraction there is a massive parade which demonstrates various works of art. 1 second, I'm getting called. Okay.
That's the
Yeah, sorry. Fucking mom calling me, so just give me a second to reply. Do.
Oh, straight your mom, almost at midnight.
I mean, yeah, we're both night owls.
That's still kind of weird, man.
Anyways, the main sort of spotlight is that, as I said, the parade that showcases artistic looks. Since seemingly this place has a very large artisan population of various both mechanicus and regular people that try to compete with what they made. It could be something as simple as a chair, or it could be, an elaborate design, or it could be some form of art, or it really varies. And basically how it works is, um, depending on the sort of art or what's being presented, it's either carried by servants or people, or it's on an actual like motor that's just going down this main street that's going through the city. And this all happens on the top floor. You also find out, as part of the idea of the festival, that there should be one upcoming in the next week, so in 7 days approximately.
All right.
No, that's perfect. Our next session is in a week. Great.
Oh,
Yeah, time to play all of this in real time, guys.
yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, can you imagine? Like, we're gonna have to curse and like 3 weeks of nothing.
Exactly, and 3 weeks in-game pass as well, as you just laze around at your hotels.
But
Yes.
our characters were told that we were gonna get the tour in 1 day of the church.
Well,
Hmm.
hmm,
2 timelines? Question mark.
indeed. So, I think you have one more question for. Who the fuck is constantly spamming me? Okay, skonto-san. So yeah, one more question remains.
Okay. What place and people should we avoid?
The answer here is very simple. Don't go down. or too deep down, the city. AK, ignore the underhive. So this place has like 15 floors, as I told us before. The first 5, 6, 7 are relatively okay, right? But the deeper down you go, the more it becomes literally a hive of a villainy and scum.
Makes sense.
So basically, stay where it's safe. The down place is for those who are addicts, um, who are rejects of society. Basically, it's not a fun place. And of course, there's going to be some criminal work. Welcome to every fucking hive. Generally, as long as you're on the top, you should be relatively safe because the Adeptus Arbeit patrol these places quite often. So, that's the 4 questions. And I'll go back quickly to the church boys. So, Boo and Adi. So you guys wanted to go to the library, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Also, we wanted to get a tour of the place, but yeah.
Yeah, of course. So what would you like to do first, library or tour?
Library, because the tour would take way longer.
Yeah,
the
the
place
tour
is massive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Okay. So the library does exist. There very much is a library here, and it is, once again, as everything, fairly fucking big. But because you had your documents and you have, your clothing and all that, you're easily able to blend in and go into the library. There's books upon books upon books, and there are some books, and then there's like, data slates as well, and every library has to have, those old ass computers, basically, cogitators working at the side. One's broken down and the rest are working fine. So, what are you guys looking for?
Basically,
Education on how to behave.
yes, and
Oh yeah, you'll be able to find plenty of that. So, as a general guideline, there are plenty and plenty of books that talk about the Imperial Creed, the history of the ecclesiarchy, that go into, obviously, out of character, we know how it kind of goes fuckity, but in character, it's beautiful. The God Emperor himself came down and just went like, you are Pope and this is the ecclesiarchy, all of that stuff. But yeah, just as a general guideline, just to see how much you're able to study, do any of you have, what kind of lores do you guys have?
That is a good question. Imperial Guard, and that's literally it.
I have fucking Adeptus Arbeit and Underworld.
Okay. Roll. I'd say the Imperial Guard would work here, since a lot of the Imperial Guard you'd probably have heard various chants and whatnot, and as the army goes, you have like a priest in the back that's also screaming and trying to go things. So you can roll Imperial Guard at a -10, I'd say, and you are the you can do the same with Adeptus Arbeit, since there's probably a lot of communication between church and law, and sort of just going about using the general education of connectivity stuff.
Can I use a fate point to boost it by 10?
Yes, you can. So you basically roll with a +10.
With a +10.
Yes.
So he doesn't roll with. You just gave me the -10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's rolling flat.
So I'm rolling flat. So
Yeah.
0.
Yeah. So you just click roll, and modifier just accept. Okay.
Can I reroll?
Yes, you can.
Is it still +0?
Yeah.
Or...
Still +0. The previous modifier still stays if you spent a fate point. Hey, that's a success. Okay. Boo, you rather than Boo, still trying to learn name. Spike, you try to go about the books and things, but there's okay, I can't say that it's drivel, right? Because that's heretical talk. But there's a lot of information. And you're trying to sort of connect and trying to remember as well your time of being the Imperial. You're trying to remember things, and some things, of course, add up from what you can see, but oh boy. Now you can see why some people literally dedicate their entire life to being a priest. There's a lot of things to go through. Like you pick up a like you ask for like a book for that maybe have like local not chimes, but what is it called, like songs and sayings and whatnot, and you don't get a single book. You get an entire fucking part of the library that's dedicated to just that, and you just catch your head and you're like, what the fuck. You, however, Lael, um you're able to sort of use your knowledge of the law and whatnot to actually go through things and sort of see how it actually connects. And you can see that actually from your minor studying here that the ecclesiarchy is, what is the church teaches is also often put into law, what it means to be a heretic and what it means to be a loyal servant to the Imperium and all of that stuff. And it's because of that you're actually able to have a easier time sort of looking throughout all the works and stuff that you're looking for. Um, I will say this works as a very easy way of you basically learning. So if you want to spend XP on it, um, yeah, I'd say that this you can start picking up the lores of either like Imperial Creed or Ecclesiarchy or whatnot, depending on what you want to go about. But you take the study session well compared to Spike, who is struggling. Your disciple is struggling.
I mean, whatever. If he's my disciple, I can teach him everything.
Now,
so.
I will say as well, simply because question wise, when it comes to the ecclesiarchy and stuff, I will say that simply with this is the successes with additional degrees, you also have 2 questions, but this has to be related to, the ecclesiarchy or whatnot.
And these questions are like something I would find in the books, right?
Potentially. It depends on what you're asking for. It's kind of case by case basis that I have to tell you.
Well, basically, one question would be, what is it that exactly a bishop does, and how you would go about it.
Okay. So one of the main things that you have to do is see a priest is somebody just who is a learned individual and prays and studied under and for the God Emperor. But a bishop, however, has a bit of a more leading job. So rather than just praying and having the person of knowledge, you basically get promoted to a professor, let's call it like that. So you have to be the one who, for a lot of people, especially here, are the one who instructs various sermons and leading them to better knowledge or getting closer to what the God Emperor and his words and whatnot represent. So you're much more of a person in charge, or supposed to be a person in charge. Of course, you're supposed to pray. You're supposed to follow all the teachings of the God Emperor, all of that stuff. But your main duty as well is, as I said, lead.
I have like 2 questions, but one is directly related to this, and it's like a minor thing.
Okay.
It's basically if I could, like, because you said I need to know sermons and stuff, and because I can't learn that really easily, could I, is a bishop permitted to have like a book of sermons and stuff?
Yeah. I think of it as I'll say out of character, like think of it just like as the Catholic Church. Basically, you have a stand, you have the book in front of you. Obviously, if you want to get your people, the people and the priests invested, you aren't supposed to just keep on looking at the book, but you are able to have something.
Yeah. And for the proper question now is, because this is also, it's not concretely related about behavior. I don't know, like the places a bishop and my acolyte that we can access in this place. Like, is there any place more like? Is there any places that we can't access?
Yeah. All right. I would say that is a question that you can ask. mostly as a bishop, you can access a large majority of things. Like you're considered the main staff of the place in a way. There are, however, certain super restricted areas that only individuals such as the archbishop or cardinal can enter. For example, that could be a restricted part of the library, or for example, a personal church that is even higher in quality, that is only meant for specific individuals who are, extremely pious. And lastly, of course, the cardinals and the archbishops' living quarters. And you would be able to find out from enough that they probably have their own, think of it as their own entire villa slash house slash apartment flat in this place. So they're pretty high up, but generally speaking, you can access a great deal of places. Spike, however, or Hugh, less so, but once again, really depends on where or what you're trying to go to. But you do have a bunch of range of free movement.
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah, I expected that much.
Yeah, I mean, welcome what it means to be a bishop in a goddamn church. Of course, as I said, like the rankings are weird. Like usually IRL, a bishop controls I think a cathedral specifically, and like operates on a wide area. Here it's different. You would also able to find out, I'll say, as part of that question of just where you can access and stuff, just as a tidbit. Seeing that this is the main cathedral and things, this is also where you'd find the cardinal and the archbishop, by the way. This would be their main location.
Yeah. Nice. Fair.
All right. So, I would say that, for both groups going about doing these sort of questioning things, I'd say maybe like 2-3 days pass. Nothing too major. So in about, well, actually, you guys wouldn't notice, but the other group would, the commoners, would know that the festival is about to start, in about, let's say, 4 days, right? So you still have a bit more time if you want to do information gathering or something else. Or, of course, if you want to somehow meet up.
Alrighty then.
So, who wants to go first? If anybody has an idea.
I got nothing.
I mean,
All right.
probably best to investigate and then meet up like a day before the festival.
All right. There's also one thing to note for church group, since they asked for that. You guys would be able to go onto the tour of the place, and a priest will be leading you first and foremost through the whole entire cathedral, the grounds, showing you what is what. Even though you kind of did it yourself, but they don't know that. And you are able to, for example, visit with, once again, taxi or church service, I suppose, in this case. Some of the bigger spires, some of the plazas, some of the main street, let's call, where the festival will be eventually held. And yeah, you guys can just basically just count it as having a general layout and idea of where is what in the city, at least on this top floor. The priest won't guide you guys down to any of the lower floors quite yet.
Fair enough.
So, anybody got anything? Any ideas what they want to do?
I just kind of want to see what the preparation the church will be doing for the festival, if any.
Yeah. What's the church's involvement in the festival?
Well, I give me what would I give for this? How would you go
'Cause I
about
thought-
actually exactly sort of trying to find out? Are you just sort of onlooker spectating? Are you talking? What are you exactly doing?
I mean, because I'm like a bishop and stuff, I could. One thing that comes to mind, because you said the festival is like art and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the church choir, uh, like participates, so I could investigate that. Like a sort of, I go to a choir practice and admire the singing and talk to the choir master or whatever.
Okay. And Spike, Would you partake in that as well, or do you have a different avenue?
Yeah, why not help him out?
Okay. What would I say would be for this? Either charm, inquiry, or awareness, I think would fit the most in this case.
I mean, awareness would be good since I have like, what's it called? I have a point in it.
Okay.
Should I roll
Yeah.
awareness?
Roll awareness and add a +10 to this. This shouldn't be overly difficult,
Okay.
or it's on the easier side rather. And Spike, what would you want to do? What would you want to roll it? Or actually, before you roll, what is it called?
I clicked already.
Shit.
It's not.
Yeah, it's lagging as well for me as maybe roll 20 just being bad.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Can I re-roll that?
Yes, you can.
That's my last fate point, I think, for today.
That's good, actually. So, Spike, how would you go about this? Would you use awareness or would you do charm or inquiry?
I go about it with awareness.
Okay.
Should I just re-roll first?
I will say you can use the aspects if you want, but I would you want to have that open or demonstrate, or would you want to hide using that?
I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. If you're trying to hide it, that would be a stealth check, but there's a lot of people going about, so you'd probably be. I'll give you it'd be like a positive modifier, but you'd still have to roll for it.
Yeah, I get you. Nah, fuck it, we doing this raw dog, no aspects.
Okay, so you can re-roll awareness, Lael, and you just roll awareness, Spike.
There we go.
Nice.
You know what we're doing with that.
Yeah, re-roll that into a 97. I want to see.
100.
No.
Wait. Doesn't he get a +10 modifier as well?
Yes, actually.
Oh,
So
never mind.
that's a
So
general
no
reroll.
fate point yet.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
No fate point needed.
That's a lot of successes. So I'm gonna give you. So first and foremost, you can actually see that the ecclesiarchy, the church, is actually trying to do stuff. So as you said, the choir is actually a good place to start because they will be actually partaking in various singing, and you can see actually practice, and it seems how it's made to be because this is going through the full online. There's groups of choir boys, basically. Like this choir group is for this part of the street, and then next part of the street is like divvied up on who has responsibility of what part of the street, and they're all supposed to sing and try to keep it in tandem as well, which is going to be a difficult task, but whippings are happening for those who aren't taking it seriously. But I will give an additional little bonus with that many degrees of success. You would overhear some of the more younger individuals, I would say like basically teens and stuff, and you'd overhear talk of, hey, you, me, or, you want to skedaddle somewhere else. Basically, they're talking, you hear like a small group of individuals talking about wanting to go to, the various brothels and various places of entertainment around this place. And spoken in a manner that's, let's just say, not very formal. So they're definitely a bit more crude in their way of explaining stuff. Besides that, anything else that specifically tickles your fancy? Like that you kind of want to know about looking around and trying to gather information just by looking?
Not really, personally, for now, at least.
I will say, because you'd probably overhear this is one thing. As part of the celebrations, all individuals of the ecclesiarchy are going to be there. or most of them rather. Some can't abandon the cathedral. So the individual like the cardinal and the archbishop are supposed to attend. And of course, other high-ranking members as well. So they will be present at the festival. Okay. I'll say that's going to be, another day or two of investigative work as you're just sort of looking around, gathering information. But besides that one individual group, you'd probably encounter a few more that are just sort of talking, but and it's usually these younger individuals. You don't really get a feel from the older priests and whatnot, but there does seem to be some use of illicit goods as well. No, you wouldn't really know, but actually, no. You would actually know, Lael, since you've been a fucking guardian. Talks of stuff like Obscura and other concoctions that aren't very Imperium legal, let's call it, aka drugs. So, some things are definitely happening, or at least not everybody is as holy as they present themselves as.
Question.
Yes. I think somebody just burst into his room.
No, other things. Basically, I wanted to ask if I could ask some of the higher ranking people like me, to try to small talk them into asking them of their opinion of the cardinal. Something like sweet talking them, for example, telling them how magnificent he is and something like that.
Okay.
Just checking if they're lying or not or something like that.
Okay. It's kind of a two-way roll, because on one hand you need to schmooze, but on the let's do it like that. You're gonna need to give me a charm and a scrutiny test. One is to basically be able to schmooze properly, and the next one is to actually sort of detect feelings and lies and stuff like that.
Any modifiers?
The charm will be at a -10 because you don't quite have the knowledge, and you don't actually speak High Gothic, as I can see. And some of the bishops definitely are going to be speaking natively in High Gothic. That is basically the Latin version of their language. And the scrutiny one, you can roll with a +10.
Okay. Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay. Do you have a fate point?
No.
Cool. Give me the scrutiny one as well.
And give him a fate point.
No, you don't. I don't give out fate points.
Are you fucking serious? I have +2 in scrutiny, and still I roll a 93.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to think about that one because the first one, the charm roll, is a crit fail. So we're gonna get to that next session since we're getting close to the time, but I'm going to remember that. That's gonna be important for the next session. Spike, you're gonna also be a part of this most likely.
Oh boy.
Going to the commoners, anything you guys would additionally want to do before we're in the session? Trying to find out, do something, what else?
I think I don't want to speak on behalf of Redomer, but I know that I'm fucking tired to think at this point.
Mm.
Sound of it, Redomer agrees if it's sleeping.
Oh, no, I was like agreeing, mumbling.
Always agree.
So, got nothing?
Well, not additionally.
Okay. So, since it is getting late and we have gone through the time because we also started a bit later, I'll call it here for the time being. Next session, we're going to be doing the festival part and, well, resolving this crit fail. So, wait, also, yeah. So, first and foremost, let's do a classic. Chris, actually, nah, fuck it. Let's basically just say our goodbyes for the time being, and you guys will be getting 400 XP, and you can refresh your fate points since that's going to be refreshed for the next session as well.
400. Right?
Hell yeah. Can Adi reroll his failure next session when he has fate points?
No.
400, right?
400, yes.
400 extra.
Yeah. Since you've come here and did some investigative work, already starting like getting in with the people and disguising and all of that, good job. So, let's call it here, fully. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, bots.
Good day, bye everybody.
Farewell.
Farewell.